All right, what's going on? It's your boy Coach, and unfortunately for me, today is a food challenge, but my mouth is still absolutely destroyed. Still numb, still have soreness. It's hard to eat my meals. It's kind of painful just at the roof of my mouth. So really just trying to get through maybe another day or two to when I can get back to eating normal again. So just trying to, like I said, kind of coast through. But I felt like I would want to do something different today. I still need to practice with the multimedia side, which is hence something that I found this to be a great opportunity to do so. I meal prep every Sunday. It's something in my habits that I've had for the past about 3 years or so. So basically, this is what I do to stay successful. It looks very intimidating and something that's kind of difficult at first, but once you build like any habit or any job or any skill, it takes time and it comes with practice. So basically what I have here is a number of ingredients. This is everything I'm going to be cooking, and this looks like an overwhelming amount of food. And really, for me to be successful in all my ventures is to, use this to my advantage. It's the system I've designed, created, and it's specific to me. At the same time, I'm hoping to kind of share some of the tactics that you can use in the future, or maybe, to get started if you're looking at weight management or just changing a lifestyle and nutrition. I'm not going to spend much time showing any of these recipes right now just because I got to knock this out. So I have plenty of time in the commentary for that, which I'll share what I can and what I have time for. All right, so this is meal one. This is my little breakfast mash. Just gonna smush all this together. Still having my bread kind of soft because my mouth's still cut up. So I'm just gonna eat this. Takes a few minutes. Got some water to go with it. This is how I start the day.
Now you'll notice I use meal trays a lot of the time. It's just what works best for me. There's a number of ways to do this, but this meal took maybe about, 15 minutes according to the clock. My breakfast is always my favorite. They say breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I just think that all meals are important. It just depends on how you ration them out. So for this one, for me, like I said, tend to mash them together, tend to put more carbs in a meal like this. I used to do like more keto style, but I got away from that, and I kind of find that this works better for me, and I kind of enjoyed this meal.
That's it for meal one. Plenty of fluids to go with it. We'll do another one again in a few hours.
So for this recipe, it's like kind of like a filled donut, except I use like a quote unquote peanut butter and jelly filling. Shout out at Coach Greg Doucette. His channel actually inspired this. He has a pretty genius way of doing it. So I just kind of not copied it, but used my own methods. And really, it's best when you put it back in the air fryer after you've made it the first time. I put it in meal trays, so it's kind of meal prep ready to go for me. And unfortunately, my mouth's still pretty tore up, so I just ate it cold, put a little bit of powdered sugar on it. It's ready to go. All right, so here we go, meal three. Just a tuna sandwich. Got this little protein cookie dough thing I make. Pretty basic. So really, when it comes to making tuna, it's something that's super duper easy. It's just canned tuna, albacore tuna I use specifically, some condiments, and really you can get this meal done in less than 10 minutes and you can have at least 4 or 5 ready to go. I just made sure to choose the bread that was a little bit lower in calories, but you could do whatever you want. You can put in a wrap. There's a bunch of ways to do this. For me, it was super simple, super easy. Normally I'd melt this. At the same time, my mouth, like I said, was cut up, so I didn't want any crunch to it. I just kind of ate it soft, and it was good.
When you start eating 6, 7, 8 meals a day, it's one of those things where you just got to get it done. It's kind of like a job. I don't mind it so much, but my main goal is just not get hungry, and then that's actually where I brought this second one in. It's only 250 calories or so, but that's enough protein to keep me full. So my next meal, which is a smaller one, which is in 3 hours.
And really, that's the key to my success, is making sure that all these meals are high in protein. It keeps me full. It helps with the recovery. So kind of when I'm building a meal, the first step is to get the protein element. And then after that, I can build the carbs or the fat however I want. A lot of the meals that are out in culture today are going to be lowest in protein. So that's something that makes it really hard to kind of succeed if you're looking for weight management. But a meal like this, super easy to make. It takes about 10 minutes. It's really not that bad. You can make it taste however you want based on whatever of the elements you're going to use, say, or the protein powders, flavors, things like that. And you can also pick the texture you want. You can either put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, have it room temp. It's however you want. It's really just whatever your preference and likes are. So with this meal, it's like super simple. It takes like maybe 15 minutes. You can make 4 portions pretty easy. It's just some ground turkey, to keep the protein really high, but some pasta. It's a unique pasta you could probably find at like Walmart, Target, whatever. It's higher in protein. It's vegetable based. Something like this is something you can add sauces, spices. You can make it taste whatever way you want. I tend to make it a little more bland. I don't like making all my meals super tasty. I just find that there's a good balance with making some a little bit less tasty, a little less palatable, so it turns off hunger. Because if I make everything taste really good, then I'm gonna generally want to eat more. So this is one, like I said, takes a little bit of time, not too hard, super simple. And when it comes to lifestyle balance, I think it's important, integrate it into however you want. So for me, I don't eat everything out of trays. You've noticed I probably ate most things out of trays, but I also do a family dinner. And at this one, you can see a lot of volume. There's me just eating at a normal speed. I'm taking my time. This is probably 15 to 20 minutes to get all this down. It's a lot of calories, but you can also see there's a beer in there, so just something on a hot day, something I enjoy, something I wanted. I don't think there should be any restrictions and really great dieting or nutrition, and that's kind of what I live by, is making sure that I have good balance. Now, one thing about having a beer is it's going to cost me some food calories, which means I'm going to be less full, so that's something I'm mindful of. But making the pizza in bulk, this was really the first time I had done this, just making sure all the ingredients were ready to go, kind of just had to mix in the wet ingredients, bake it, make it on a couple pans. It's the first time I'd done it. It's the fastest I've done it, and I did it the next day. And so between Sunday cook, which was about an hour 45 with all the production, and my Monday cook, which is about another hour, really I didn't have a whole lot invested. So just at the end of the day, I had the meals I needed to be successful. All right, getting pretty tired, getting winding down for the day. Gonna finish this last meal, gonna just knock it out, show you what I got. And so generally my last meal of the day, or last 2 meals, is how I control either my deficit, maintenance, or surplus. Seeing at my totals, I'm going to fall into a slight deficit for the day. Generally, I can add a little bit more fat, and that's actually where I kind of struggled, is getting my fat in. Just when you're trying to keep calories low, it's an area that often gets overlooked. So yeah, that's pretty much how I eat. That's kind of a little insight into my meal prep. It's something I have to do, and it seems like a lot of food. Most people, a majority of people, don't eat this much. For me, it kind of keeps from craving things, and it keeps me on track with my nutrition. It's something that, challenge or not, I always have the same basis every week that I'll discuss in future videos. And if it's something you enjoy or something that you want to know more about, feel free to comment below, because at some point I will get to it. I just need to get through this next section of summer food challenges, and then we stay on challenges for a little while. I'm gonna teach my point of view with nutrition. So I appreciate you watching. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video.